Okay. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Greystone Show. We've been off for 3 weeks, but hey, we're back. We're back. We're back. I missed you. Okay, so this evening we have so much to talk about. We're talking about the money. Well, who doesn't love money? Okay, Bible says, well, money's not a bad thing. It's just the love of it. If you do anything and everything for it, then it becomes a bad thing. But hey, we're talking about dosh today. Wonga, what do you call money in your country? But in the UK they call it wonga. They call it dosh. So yeah, we're talking about money, 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 money today. Okay, so we're gonna go. But before I say that, let me. Okay, Lauren. I'm too excited. You can see that. I want to welcome everyone that is listening to us. It's been a while, so thank you for tuning back in. Those who are listening via the radio, so that's Global Word Network. We've got Global Net TV as well. Those who are listening via More Than Ghana, if you go on there, you type in Global Word Network, you can get through. Those who are listening via Radio Garden and Radio Box as well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Those who are tuned in via YouTube, you know what they always say, when you please go on YouTube, type in Global Word Network, subscribe, like, and share the page for us. Those who are listening via Twitter, those who are listening on Facebook Live. If you've got a Facebook account, just go on there and type in Global Net TV and you can join us live with your definitely today. I'm looking forward to some questions. Those of you who've got financial questions, please bring it up, and hopefully by the grace of God our guest for today will answer your questions. So we're going to go for a quick music break, and while we do that, please don't forget, share the page and invite someone, tell them that Greystone Show has started. I'll see you in 5.
Lion of Judah, my trust is in you. Ancient of days, my trust is in you. I am that I am, God, my trust is in you. Lily of the valley, my trust is in you. Hey, I put them all in you. Oh yeah, my trust is in you. I put them all in you, Jesus. I put them all in you. Hey, my trust is in you. See my yeah, yeah. I put them all in you. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. My trust is in you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I put them all. I put them all in you. My trust is in you. He can do. My trust is in you. Oh, yigi, baba, my trust is in you. Sariki dunia, my trust is in you. Hey, yeah, hey, simalaba moti, hey, bolona. Hey, namo, siamote, na. My trust is in you. King of glory, my trust is in you. Bada, my Father, my trust is in you. Hey, I put them on you. My trust is in you. I put them all in you, Jesus. My trust is in you. Hey,
Hi, welcome back. Welcome back. Definitely, our trust is in God and God alone. Forgive me, just 2 minutes. I'm trying to. Definitely, our trust is in God and God alone. So, I'm going to read a little bit about our guest for today, and then I will bring her on the show. Okay. All right, forgive me. Just 2 minutes. I'm trying to do a switch. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. All right. So thank you so much. Now I'm going to introduce our guest for today. I'm really excited. This is a lady who is well vested. She's got wisdom in this industry, and she's got a lot to share with us this evening about money. Okay, so she is a professional investment banker with over 20 years, you heard me, 20 years of experience. She has worked and managed professionals and clients' portfolios at some of the top global investment banks such as Barclays, HSBC, Lloyds, and then Lloyds Banking Group, Wells Fargo Bank International, that's NA, there's Close Property Finance. This lady has over the years specialized in syndicated bilateral agency loans. Are you struggling with a loan? This is your place. Stay with me. FX and money markets, swap futures, time deposits, bonds, etc. Some of us are even wondering, what is that? She is an author of 4 books, including the famous From Debt to Wealth. Some of us really need that book. The Student's Entrepreneur, Be Positive, Be Great, The Global Entrepreneur, and soon to be released, Building Generational Wealth. Wow. This lady is a motivational speaker on personal finance, a financial coach, and a mentor to everyone, especially the youth and young graduates. She is a generational thinker. That is what we need. She coaches people on how to avoid debt, how to return from debt, and how to build wealth for financial security for self and generations. Now, this I could go on, but I want to stop here with this little in mind. Now, the beautiful lady we are going to be speaking with tonight, who will be, downloading a lot of wisdom onto us, is called Mrs. Mary Icy Boadu. Hello.
Hello. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
inviting.
so much. You know what? Let me just zoom straight in. I
Okay.
couldn't believe it. With 20 years of experience,
Yes.
you're 20 years old, like you're 25 years old. And I'm thinking, you started this at a very young age.
I know, right? I'm still
Okay,
young. Look at my hair.
that's what I'm saying. You look very young. So I can't believe that you've got 20 years of experience. And I'm thinking, what? She doesn't look a day over 20. Do you mind, before we even go into our questions, do you mind me asking what made you decide to go into the financial world? Why did you decide to do that and not anything else?
Oh, you mean in banking or like
Yeah, yeah.
the I
So you've
just
done,
love yeah,
go on.
I just love the subject of money. Anything to do with money, I wanted to know. And I've always wanted to be a banker. So
Wow.
when I was growing up, it was like I
Yeah.
was just planning to go into banking. So it did not just happen. I planned it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was planned, or probably
Amazing.
yeah, God planned my life for me. Yeah.
Obviously. Obviously. Before you were a clot of blood in your mother's womb, I knew you. And he
Exactly.
decided that ordained that one day you're going to be sitting on the Greystone show and you're going to be an answer to many people that will be listening to you this evening. So thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks for inviting me.
Okay. All right. We're going to go zoom straight in. Now, my first question to you. Um, what would you prefer me calling you this evening?
Oh, Mary is fine. Mary is what everybody calls me, so it's fine.
Okay. All right then. So Mary, what would you say is the first thing about money that you think all families that are, listening to us this evening, because this Grace Home show most of the time is families that are listening, what would you say is the first thing they should bear in mind when it comes to money?
Right. Okay. Yeah. So when it comes to money, money is our life. Okay. And I'm going to explain it. Money is not just wealth,
Okay.
but money is our life too. Okay.
Mm.
If you look after money, money will
Mhm.
look after you. If you
Okay.
mismanage money, if you mismanage money, then it's like, you've messed up big time.
Wow.
Okay. Because when you mismanage money,
Mm.
and people who actually mismanage money,
Mm.
they normally end up in debt.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
They normally end up in debt. And when people are in debt, they go through all kinds of stress, anxieties, fear, and all that.
That's
And
true.
that alone can cause sicknesses and diseases in the body.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So when
Mhm.
we talk about wealth, we are not just talking about riches, how people see money.
Mhm.
We are talking about your life, how your life is going to be affected or not affected, whether in a positive way or in a negative way. Okay. And then it also affects your generations. Okay.
Mm.
When we talk about cases, okay, generational cases, generational blessings, and all that.
Mhm.
Yes. So when people have anxieties and stress and all that, some get high blood pressure,
True.
some get heart attacks.
Mhm.
There have been people who have actually had heart attacks and died out of it.
Oh
And
boy.
those situations, some of them started with debt. So when
Mm.
money and debt is deeper, not just counting money or showing off, no.
Sure.
And we are not talking about riches, okay?
Mhm.
Because when
Mhm.
you talk about the subject of money, someone will say money is the root of all evil. But
Oh
the
yeah.
Bible actually doesn't even say that. The Bible says the love of money. If
Mhm.
you love money too much at the
Yeah.
expense of somebody's life, somebody's future,
Mhm.
then that is what the Bible talks about.
Mm.
Okay? But when we talk about wealth, wealth to do with money that will look after you, okay, and wealth in a totality.
Mhm.
Because apart from high blood pressure, heart attack, people goes
Yeah.
into depression. And people who end up in depression, they miss out on so many
Oh,
things in
boy.
their life, everything. Depression can also go on to give you extra sicknesses and diseases.
It's true.
Something as simple as constipation sometimes comes out of stress. Not
Mm.
just the money, the food that you eat,
Mhm.
but sometimes it's stress too. And
Wow.
apart from stress, right, if you don't have money, how can you even eat well? So if you are someone who gets constant constipation, okay, so it's
Mhm.
like everything you've eaten is still sitting in the belly.
Yeah.
That same, I don't want to mention the word, it's like it comes
Mhm.
back to the body and
Yeah.
causes all kinds of sicknesses and diseases. So money have to be properly managed so that it
True.
can prolong your life, so that you can live well, so that you can eat well, okay, so that you can
Mhm.
avoid some kind of sicknesses and diseases, so that your children and your children's children can also come and live well. They will come and say, my grandfather, my grandmother, my mom, my father, they
Mhm.
lived well. They are the
Yeah.
reason why I have a good life now.
That's right.
So learning how to manage your own money, the money that God has actually given you through the wisdom
Mm.
that He has given you to work, okay?
Mhm.
You have to save that money, that same money, save some of that money, invest some of, that money.
Mhm.
You have to they always say, pay yourself first. Pay yourself first is like keeping some of the money for you, not just in your, don't just leave it in your bedroom or something, but put it in a bank account, put it in an investment account that can
Mhm.
actually go on to grow by the power of compound interest.
Pay yourself first.
You
That's the
pay
first time I'm
yourself.
hearing that term.
That's
Okay.
it. You pay yourself first. And you can go into all kinds of like investments, real estate. It's what they always say that in this country, we're talking about UK, every 10 years, house prices increase, it doubles. So
True.
if you bought your property for 100K, expect 200K in the next 10 years. Yeah.
Wow.
If it's 200, 500, expect it to double. Make sure that your pensions, you're contributing to pensions, or you have a job that is paid, like contributing to pension on your behalf, because we think that, we will never get old, but by the blink of an eye, it's like you are there.
It's true. It's true.
Time flies. So don't just live for today. Live for tomorrow too. Okay. Some people have like a YOLO mentality. You only live once, so they just live anyhow, as if they are going to die tomorrow.
It's true, people live like that.
Yes.
True.
Yes. And the younger ones also have a FOMO mentality, fear of missing out. Their friends are doing this, doing that, buying this expensive clothing, buying this, whatever, trainers. Exactly. But what you don't know is it will come back to bite you, because it's going to affect your finances if you don't manage it well. When you get into debt, it's easy to get into debt, but very difficult to come out. Okay. You need strategy and discipline. Okay. And consistency.
It looks like you're even going ahead of me. You've entered into my second question. I was going to ask you. So I've learned, 2 terms. YOLO, which is what you only live once, and so you spend your money anyhow. Then you talked about FOMO, which is what?
Fear of missing out.
For the younger ones.
That's the younger ones.
All right. So you said learn to pay yourself first. When you get to your pay, learn to put something on the side, not that you spend, but you either save it or put it into an investment.
That's right.
We're going to come there. We're going to talk more on that investment bit. But my second question to you, which is like okay, let me go this way. If I come to you and I say, Mary, I struggle with my finances, as a family, because we were talking about, managing family finance. So so that, say there are 2 people working in the home. Would you say, before I even go to my next question, would you say it's wiser to have one of would you say for a couple to have one account, or for them to have different accounts, or it doesn't really matter?
It does. It helps. To me, I think it helps you to manage your money well. Okay.
When you have different accounts.
When you have different accounts, that's right. So, for example, when you get paid, okay, and you have 2 or 3 different accounts, there will be one that has your normal monthly payments, essential payments like mortgages or rent or utilities or whatever, the most important ones. You can keep that one in one account. And normally that should be the same account that you get your income in. Okay. So that account is there, is taking care of your most important expenditure. And then you can have one that is just day to day. So for example, like if you have to buy bus pass every month to go to work, you could have an account for that. And then like dinner, even holidays, okay, holidays that are your annual holidays, you can have an account that you can, some of the banks have savings account that you can create pots, okay? You can create pots in that one. I used to have a Lloyd account. Lloyd's used to have it, but I moved to NatWest. NatWest doesn't have it, but I know that Monzo actually has it. Okay. So, yeah, it's not like a major high street bank. However, it's one of the good ones that is actually helping
Monzo.
people. Yes. So you can have a current account within Monzo. You can also have a savings account, and within that savings account, you can have like you can create a pot and even put a picture on it, so that as soon as you open onto your account, you know that this is my holiday account. This is my
Oh, wow.
lunch. This is probably for private medicals. This
Mhm.
is for this is for that, and then you can put a little bit of money in each one, and that those ones you don't touch unless you have to touch for that specific purpose.
Wow.
So
I never
having an
noticed that.
account, yeah,
Okay.
having an account
Yeah.
for different things will actually help you. At least when you are going over your spending limit, you know
All
that
time.
this one
Yeah.
I can't touch this. Is this one that I can touch? After I finish using it, I can't use, my holiday money for lunch. I have to
Mhm.
find money. I have to find food. I have to make my own lunch pack from home and take
Okay.
to work. And then
Okay.
you keep the holiday money so that at
Mhm.
least when you want to travel, you wouldn't resort to a loan
Credit
or
card.
a credit card. That's it. But that's what we do. It's like we take the money, go and
Right.
spend it,
Yeah.
front it to people that we are rich. We come back and then it's payback time.
Oh,
you know.
Charlie, you're sweating. Oh,
And the
good.
banks, they don't waste time at all. It's like it's either you pay or you spoil your credit.
Course, of course. So the answer you were giving me now is if someone is listening right now, it is definitely a good idea to have more than one account. And so
Yes.
apart from Monzo and you said Lloyd's, and you said so if I've already gone account, say I've already gone accounts with them, I can go to them and tell them what they should give me what a pot where I can have different.
No, it's either
Okay.
they offer that services or they don't. Okay.
Oh.
But those
Mhm.
who do not give you the option of creating pots, they have
Yeah.
like other savings accounts.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Within the same, well, yeah. So you can create like two different savings account, three different savings account, and then you put
Oh,
the money in. So when
okay.
you want to use it, then you transfer to
You
your
know
current
where to.
account and then take it out. Yeah, that's it.
Amazing.
It really helps
Amazing.
manage your money. Really, really
Wow.
helps.
I
Yeah.
hope you're listening and I hope you just learned something. I honestly didn't know that till today. I know to go to my bank and ask them for this, a very, very essential, what's it called? A service.
Yeah.
And so it brings me back to that question that I asked. So let's say there's a husband and a wife, okay, in
Yeah.
a family, in a home, and you're trying to manage your finance. Would
Mm.
you say the best thing is for you to have one account, or would you say the best thing is to have different accounts? And are there any advantages to having that? Or, you might as well know, just as a family, have one account, let everything come through there and manage everything through one account.
It depends on the family setup and
Okay.
how close they are. And someone might be financially like there, as in
Mhm.
financially literate,
Yeah.
trying to avoid debt, and the other one might be living recklessly. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you can speak or advise, and if the person, agrees to it
Agree.
and
Hmm.
then come in alignment with you, then you have to. It's normally the best. They always say
To have
that
one account. Mm.
yeah, yeah, like a current account that you can use it for all
Mm.
kinds, all
Mm.
kinds.
Okay.
It's easier when two people are applying for something like a mortgage or something. It's very easy because it's based on
Oh,
two um two incomes. Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
If I got you right, and
Hmm.
I'm not sure, but still you can have other accounts that caters for other bills. Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
the savings
Mhm.
pot that I was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Apart from having the current account, you can have those mini pots, okay?
Hmm.
Put money in it and then use together, which
Hmm.
is always good. Managing things together is always good. But yes,
Okay.
you can have other accounts.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Listeners, you know what? If you had to go for a financial coach, you would have to pay for this 1 hour, you know. So this is free. What's it called? Nugget. So please pick. And if you've got any question, by all means, go ahead. I'll acknowledge one or two people. The first person, actually, let me acknowledge my sister Nadel. I know you're tuning from Ghana. Nadel, oh, you are Ladon. Thank you so much for joining me this evening from Ghana. I see my brother Holga. Holga, thank you so much for joining in. I see what did he say? Praise the Lord. Good evening. Pray God bless. Okay. All right. I see Mami Kata on as well. I know there's a lot more people today because we've been off for about 3 weeks now. I know later on you're gonna come on. And so yeah, we'll keep going. My next question to you, Lady Mary, is if I come to you and I say, I am someone that struggle with managing my finance. Are there structures in place with my bank, whatever bank that I bank with? Are there structures in place that they could use to help me out? Can I walk to my personal banker? Can I walk to my bank and tell them, listen, I'm getting money every month, but by the maybe first week in the month, all my money is gone and I don't even
Yeah.
know what I do with it. I'm struggling with managing my finance. Is
Yeah.
there something they're able, you know,
Yeah.
to help me with?
Yes. I would always say that if you are struggling and
Mm.
your bank, if you bank with them, they might know anyway. Um,
Mm.
yes. Yes. So reach out to them. Banks
Mhm.
are always ready to help.
Oh.
Okay. They are always ready to help. They will help you by giving you advice or debt management services.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay.
If they are not able to help, or
Mhm.
you probably the debt is beyond what they can actually advise you on, they will point
Yeah.
you to the right direction. Okay.
Okay.
And when I say right direction, it's like debt counseling. There are
Mhm.
some charities or some organizations that are like giving counseling on that.
Mm.
Citizens Advice Bureau, they also offer
Mhm.
those kind of services.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
You can book an appointment, you go and speak to someone face to face. You can even speak to them on the phone, or it can even be an email, and someone will always come back to you. You will
Yeah.
definitely, help is always out there. You only have to ask.
Mm.
You only have to ask. But
Okay.
always go to your bank first, okay? Especially if there's a payment that you cannot make or anything, they are always ready to help.
Yeah.
For example, if you have to make a repayment of £100 and you cannot afford it, but you
Mhm.
go to them, they see the honesty in you.
Mhm.
So they will always meet you halfway, okay? And then
Okay.
say, okay, we can do this, we can do that. Would they help? If not,
Mm.
they can, give you another option.
Mhm.
If not, they will give you extra support or point you to the right direction.
Right
Okay,
direction. Mm.
that's it. There's Debt
Okay.
Advice, yeah, Debt Advice Foundation. They can also give you
Mm.
advice on debt. National
Okay.
Deadline, yeah, National
Hey,
Debt.
I was gonna. Okay.
Yeah, they are
Okay.
also there actually. Yeah.
Mm.
And you can also like pay for the services of a financial coach. They will sit
Mm.
down with you most of the time. It's not because the person is not earning enough, it's because they are mismanaging their finances. They are
Mm.
spending more than they make.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Mm.
Meanwhile, they are earning enough money.
Mhm.
However, they are not managing the money properly.
Good.
So it's like the money comes in one way, it goes out the other way. Yeah,
Okay.
but we
Okay.
shouldn't actually live like that. And you have the
Mm.
option of bankruptcy and IVA. Okay. Some people go for that, bankruptcy or IVA, which is
Mm.
all, I don't normally recommend that,
Mm.
because bankruptcy and IVA, it stays on it will be registered against you. Okay.
Mm.
An
Mhm.
IVA will be registered by the insolvency practitioner on your credit file. Everything goes on your credit file. Bankruptcy will be registered on your credit file, and it takes
Mm.
a minimum of 6 years.
Mhm.
depending on how you even behaved by like sticking to God. If
You know
you,
what? Well, before you even go on, so these days now, okay, so let me break it down like this. Now look at the way the system or the economy, and not it's not just in Ghana. I was speaking to a friend last week and they were saying, Charlie Lauren, things are tough now, in Ghana. I said, listen, it's all in Ghana, it's everywhere now. It's even here in the UK. Everyone is struggling.
I
Prices
know.
of fuel has gone
Mm-hmm.
up, prices of food is gone up the roof, and lots of people are struggling. And I know around this time, lots of people are struggling with debt. So that was going to be my next question, which you have already started answering. Now, when you go on YouTube or you take your phone or you go on, all the social media, when you have all these advertisements, it keeps popping up over and over. And it looks like over the years now, there's loads more of all these schemes where are you over 40? Do you owe above blah 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 blah? Contact them and they can cancel the 80% of your debt. They will cancel 60% of your debt. And most people would just, they see that and they're like, oh, I could really use that, and they jump into it. So you're
Yeah.
saying, no, think twice before you do that.
Twice. No.
Okay.
No. It's all about see, it's like, why some countries, because they are getting freebies, okay, they are not developing very well, or say some
Mm-hmm.
continents, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When you get your credit, part of your credit wiped off, yeah, don't
Mm-hmm.
forget they also add on fees and all that, and
Yeah.
you still have to pay some, part of it.
Mm-hmm.
However, what they do is they will register it. They will register whether it's IV or bankruptcy
Mm-hmm.
against you on your credit file, and then it will take you a bit longer because they will spread the repayments. They will make it longer for you so that it will be like tiny repayments, something that you
Mm.
can actually afford. So they
Yeah.
spread it for a bit longer,
Mm-hmm.
and then that whatever that was registered on your credit file takes a minimum of 6 years.
Wow.
That 6 years, within that six years, you cannot do anything. You are
Mm.
an undischarged bankrupt. You cannot do anything. Okay. However, if you had taken your time
Yeah.
to repay the money, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you take time, let's say, okay, I've given myself 1 year. I'm going to repay this money. Okay. And after that, I'm going to be disciplined.
Yeah.
Okay. You can
Yeah.
work with your financial coach,
Mm-hmm.
do that. And then once it's cleared, you are free to do whatever you want to do. Instead of waiting for 6 to 8 years,
Mm.
okay, allowing some kind of a company to cripple you
Yeah.
and deny you of your dignity,
Yeah.
take like
Yeah.
a year, even if it's
Mm-hmm.
2 years, you saved yourself and your family,
Okay. So 4 years. Mm.
that's it.
Mm.
So repay, and then life goes on. You are free to do anything. Don't go for the bankruptcy and IVA route. It will just it will mess you up.
But that's what
It
they
will
don't
mess you
tell
up. That
people.
is, yes. Don't go for
That's
the easier option.
easy
Okay,
way out.
the easy way out. It's not that easy. It will come back to bite you.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
and as
So, mm-hmm.
you you owe and then you pay, it's like it's bringing the discipline back into your life.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, and then
Mm.
hopefully
Mm.
next time you will not go back into debt.
Oh, God help us. Okay. So I can see Nana Alfred said, that's my husband. Oh God. He said, well said, lady. He said, one
Yeah.
pot, one pot boosts both partners' credit rating for future investments. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true though. And Mama Pat Durant, unbeatable, she said, hey, hi, Mama Pat. Our sister Adjo Adama also has joined us. Good evening, ladies. Good evening to you too. I see, hey, Mrs. I see Mrs. Augustine Abwaje, Mama Mavis, she has also joined us. Thank you so much. If you've got any questions, you know, that you have on finances, personal, that is your personal, you know, finances, managing it, please, by all means, send the question and I will definitely shoot because we've got a few minutes to go. All right. So now I'll move on to my next question. Now, when is it a good time to apply for a mortgage? You see how the way things are going right now. Would you, if someone said to you, is it a right time right now to buy a property? Is it a right time to go for a mortgage or not?
Any time can be right or not right, depending on you, actually. Okay,
Yeah.
depending on you. Before you go into any financial commitment,
Mm.
you have to analyze your situation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just take on a huge commitment without sitting down to analyze your current situation and then the economy, how things are going.
Mm.
It could be the right time to buy or not the right time to buy, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But before you do that, you have to check your credit history. And you do
Oh,
this
God.
by getting a copy of your credit file, okay? Make sure that your credit score is good and
Mm-hmm.
nothing negative has been registered on your credit file,
Mm-hmm.
because whatever is on your credit file is going to affect that, and then whatever has been registered with your bank.
Mm.
So your credit file and then your bank, the two together is going to affect the interest rate that will be applied to your mortgage.
Mm.
Someone with a very good credit score,
Yeah.
could be paying probably 1/3 of what another person is paying, or
Mm.
half of what another person is paying.
Okay.
Somebody might be paying like £500 more on interest compared to someone with a very good credit.
Mm.
So before you go into that kind of commitment, you have
Yeah.
to do your homework. Don't just
Mm.
jump into situation. Do your homework,
Mm.
because instead of overpaying, that money can be used as your investment or your savings. That extra money that the banks will be charging you,
Yeah.
you can be using it as your savings or your investment.
So
Okay?
that is where the financial coach comes in.
Yes. And then you also have to build your deposit money.
The money that
You
you
need
saved
a
on the side.
deposit. Yeah, you need a deposit to buy a home. So you have to build your deposit money. And
Hmm.
that takes time. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if you are very good, 6 months. Sometimes it takes like a year, 2 years, 3 years. Some people even take like 5 years, okay,
Mm.
to build money before they buy, okay? Because the first 5 years when you buy a property, trust me, your finances are going to be all over. It's like
Really?
all of a sudden, it's like you're paying content insurance, you're paying buildings insurance, you're paying the mortgage, you're paying something breaks and you have to fix, and even you have to fix something within the home
Within the
because you
home, yeah.
look a certain way. So the expenditure goes up, okay?
Mm.
And it's
Mm.
very difficult for most people
Mm-hmm.
within the first 5 months, 5 years.
5 years. Mm.
So everything has to be planned. So you have to build that deposit before you go into it and have probably a little bit left.
Okay.
Your income,
Mm-hmm.
because the mortgage application is going to be based on income multiples. So you have to also know what the multiple is going to be and how it's going to affect your application. Okay, and what the bank requires depending on how much the property is.
Okay.
The higher you go, the higher income they need.
Mm.
And you have to have like a good employment history.
Okay.
It
When you
depends
say,
with different banks.
mm-hmm.
Some would be okay with 6 months. Some would say 1 year. Some would say 2 years. So it depends. Okay,
Okay.
it depends.
So if I come to you now and I say to you, I don't have any deposit saved anywhere. All I have is just my 9 to 5 job. And I come to you and I say, Sister Mary, sit down with me, look through my finances. What would you say to me? Do you think I'm someone that would you be able to, coach me or show me that, okay, I've seen the amount of money you make. I've seen what your outputs are. I've seen maybe what you can save. And in this, you can be able to tell me in a year or two, you can go on the property ladder.
Exactly. When we started, I said to you that most people, it's not like they're not making enough money, but it's because a lot of their money is going out. Their outgoing is so high compared to their income. Okay. And most of the outgoing are not the needs, is the wants. Okay. After they take care of the needs, the wants are so high.
True.
But if you are able to manage it, and this is my specialty, I sit down with my clients, we do budgeting, okay? And that budgeting, you'll be surprised that like sometimes like 30, even 40%.
Wow.
We're going to, and I was able, so it's like a mindset shift, okay? Once you know why you shouldn't be overspending, once you know that money that you are paying away because of want, okay, that money can save you, can save your life. That same money you can build up, okay? You build up for whenever, say, even £200 monthly over time can earn you a decent investment, okay? 200, 300, 400, 500, depending on how much you can actually save, okay, from your income. That will make you lots of money, okay? So sometimes it's not just because they are not making enough money, but they haven't actually had a mindset shift. They haven't sat down to actually plan for their money. So the money is just going down the drain and they are losing it.
You know what? Hearing you say this thing about this mindset, I was, while doing my due diligence, I wanted to, read about here and there. I was listening to this YouTuber, for the life of me, he's an American. I should have written his name down, but he said the same thing about mindset. He said, he said over the years of him studying money, and sometimes people think it's overrated when you tell someone you need to study about money, because if you don't, then you just mismanage it. He said generational poverty, and I wrote this down while he was talking. He said generational poverty is not about money, but it's about mindset. And I can hear you talking over and over about mindset. So I think it's one thing that we have to really. And one of the things I saw that you wrote about was you are a generational thinker. Now I want you to speak to someone. Bible says that a wise man leaves inheritance for their children's children. What about someone is saying, listen, I don't even have a bike. God forbid if I should, kick the bucket. I don't even have a bike, not to talk of a car to leave for my children. What would you say to them?
Well, everything starts today. Yeah, it's never too late. Everything starts today, whether you have or you don't have. Everything starts today, okay? There's something called self-education. You can educate yourself on finance. And like I said, it's your life, it's your health, it's your wealth. So you can do it yourself, or if you want the quicker way, you speak to a financial coach or a financial advisor. And when I work with my clients, I get a perfect understanding. They understand and they go like, wow. They go like, on Saturday, I worked with a client from the US, okay? And most of my clients are from like, even India, I have clients in India.
Oh, wow.
Switzerland, I have Malawi, I have Channel Island, UK. Yes. And by the time I'm like, we go through the first day, we go through like fundamentals of wealth building. Okay. Fundamentals. You have to understand debt, wealth. You have to understand that, the way you are managing your money, This is what it is. This is what it should be. This, you give them the whole picture before. It's like the light bulb moment when you realize that, oh my goodness.
Something
So
goes on.
that's it. You have to be your own bank, okay? If you are your own bank by keeping your own money, you would not be resorting to a bank, knocking on the door. The Bible says that the borrower is slave to the lender.
That's right.
We can't be always applying for, I need a credit card, I need a credit card, I need a MasterCard. That MasterCard, you want someone to be your master and then you are the slave?
But you know what, Lady Mary, it's that thing they've put, I guess, is a mindset. When they tell you that in this country, I remember when I came here first, like how many years ago, like you have to have a credit card for you to have even a good credit rating. They say if you don't have a credit card, and so it's like the way the system is the way the system has been put in, or the way things have been put in place, you feel like, oh, I need the credit card just to get my credit rating up, and then you go and use it. If you're not careful, Charlie, you that before you realize debt is waiting for you.
A strategy for the banks to sell their products.
Hi, man.
Because a credit, even your phone contract is a credit. Utilities, credit. If you want your children to even build credit and you have, say, water, electricity, whatever, you can change one into your child's name. It's credit.
Oh, wow.
That's
really?
it. If they have a full contract already, it's credit. That is why before they give you a contract, they even check your credit score.
Amazing. Okay.
They will do a credit application because it's credit and it will be registered against you. And that same credit, right, works same as the credit card. So why go for the credit card? It's because the banks are selling it. They want to milk you. They want to take the money that you worked for a whole month. They want you to come back and pay them over and over and over again.
Oh wow, I didn't know this thing. I've learned today. Okay, so if you've got any of these utilities things, you can transfer your kid's name into it, and that way they build their credit.
Yeah, above I think 18. Yeah, so responsible age. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now somebody's asking and they're saying my credit rating is like the lowest of the low. What are some of the things I can do in just a couple of maybe a minute or two? What can I do to build my credit rating to boost it back up again?
Yes, just make sure that you are on the electoral register. Because credit searches have to do with credit electoral register. Is public info. Make sure that you haven't missed any payment, and if you have missed payment, get a copy of the credit report. Okay, the whole report, and then work your way through. If avoid delinquent accounts, okay, you miss payment, and then if you don't pay, finally it goes into delinquency. So delinquent accounts, like any bank that sees it, is like, this person is not disciplined enough.
What's the meaning of delinquency?
Delinquency is like if you truly like don't pay. So your account is in like collection, or it's waiting for the money.
The babies are knocking on the door.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you've missed it and still haven't paid. Yeah, wow. You can miss it for a month, and then by 3 months, if you still haven't paid, 2 months, 3 months, goes into delinquency, and it just goes on and on and on and on. Okay. And make sure that if you have any IVAs and CCJs on your account, on your credit file, make sure that whatever agreement that you went into, make sure that you're on top of that, so that by the time the year comes, 6 years comes, it will be wiped off. Okay. Don't do too many credit applications.
At the same time.
Applications, yes, that's right. It kind of reduces your credit score.
Your credit score.
Yes. And have credit accounts for a bit longer. Like longer credit account. If you have credit accounts, make sure you don't close, get another one, close, get another one, close, get another one.
Okay.
The the longer you have an account for, the banks think or the institutions think that you're a disciplined person. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
get you. I get you.
That's right.
Oh,
And
thank you.
in my book, From Debt to Wealth, I've
Mm-hmm.
explained all of that,
Mm-hmm.
everything to
Mm-hmm.
do with our credit file, our credit scores, and everything. It's like DIY. You read it and then you apply.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're
Even if
gonna
you have,
come 5 minutes before we end. We're gonna come and we'll definitely speak about your books, and I'll let you tell us. Just one last question. Now, since it's managing, family finance, the last question I wanted to ask you is, what are some? How do I teach my children? How do I teach my daughter? How do I teach my son? You know, how to start saving or managing their money. How do I teach them? Just for about 2 minutes. We'll
yes.
move on.
Okay. So as a parent, it starts from you. They always say that kids, like, they do what you do. It's not what you tell them, but they watch what you do. So you have to start the discipline. It has to start from you. Okay. So you have to set a good example as a parent. Talk to your children about the importance of savings. Yeah. As you do and they're watching, you should also speak to them. Okay. Let them know why they have to save. The importance of saving. Okay. And they will understand it. Discuss wants and the needs. Okay. They need
That's a
food to
big
eat.
one.
Exactly. They need food to eat, not because their friend is wearing like something Gucci or Armani days or a Nike or whatever trainers, and then they want the same. Not because their friend is doing their nails, they want to do the same. Okay. Everybody comes from a different food. Let us deal with our family. Okay. So if they understand needs and wants, they would manage whatever comes through their hands properly.
Okay.
Yeah. Also help them to earn their money, earn their income, whether it's £1 or £5 or whatever, if they are very young, because you want to start to teach them from a younger age. Okay. So let them understand, the earning process. Okay, you earn before you spend. It's not like mommy go earn and then you come and take it from me. It doesn't work like that. Okay. You can also set saving goals like, Christmas, you can have this money for Christmas. Or you show them a very nice big house and say, oh, when you are this age, I want you to buy this house. So for now, let's save, every money that you get, at least save half of that money. Okay, because they have a goal in mind, they have an end goal. It's like they're working towards something. They will just,
they want to achieve that.
Exactly.
And then. Oh, sorry. I was going to say to our viewers that next week, by the grace of God, I've got these, while I was doing my research, there's these other bits that I learned as well, the difference between how the poor think and how the rich think, and some of the things that the rich people do, with their kids that, excuse me to use the word, those who are poor don't do with their kids. And so you realize that the rich is getting richer and the poor is getting poorer. But hey, man, it doesn't have to be like that. Things can turn around. Things can switch. Lady Mary has told us so many things. If you're listening from the beginning, if you didn't, go back and listen again. And I'm sure there's a thing or two you can pick that would help you and help your family as well. I have okay, so I can see on here. Mama Mary Jeffrey said, well, sometimes there is no money to pay. I think when we're talking about paying off the debt, and you were saying that you need to give yourself maybe 2 years, a year, and decide that I'm going to give this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to pay this amount or that amount. She's saying, well, sometimes there's just no money whatsoever to pay.
Yes, this is why when I do financial coaching, okay, when I do my one-to-one, we do budgeting. Budgeting actually has to reveal whether your situation is an income issue or an expenditure issue, okay? If it's an expenditure issue, then I give you ideas as to where to cut, reduce, or eliminate. Okay.
Okay.
Or if it's an income issue, I
Yeah.
help with, like, business idea,
Ah.
side hustles,
Mm-hmm.
side hustles, and even the job that you have. Can you do an overtime? Can you find extra money? It's like you're looking for money everywhere. But if you can start a
Can you give
side
us one side hustle? Give us one side hustle. Just one,
hustle,
please.
it depends. See? It
Okay.
depends. It
Okay.
depends on everybody. Okay. So when I speak to them, I have to understand them. I have to
Wow.
know them.
You did say.
Okay. What do you like doing? Okay.
Okay.
Because someone is selling African clothes, or someone is doing a YouTube something, does not
Yeah,
mean you can do the same thing.
that's true. That's true.
So it's like a fact finding. I find about you before I can advise you. That
Wow.
is that is what I do with my one-to-one. Yeah. And it's
It
very,
almost
very
sounds like
effective.
it almost sounds like being a financial doctor. Like you have to analyze the person and to know what medication to give to them.
That's
Wow.
it. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Now, Mama, Nana Rabba Jechi said, okay, so she was saying good evening to you too. Then Mama Marilyn came again and she said, Lady Mary, did you move from debt to wealth?
Everybody has been in some kind of, um, I've had a credit card before, but now if you
Mhm.
ask me, I said, no, I've run on it. You know,
Mm,
there's been,
mm.
there was years ago, I had one of, I think it's Capital One or something. It's like they kept on sending me a pre-approved credit card. I called them and I said, why did you send it to me? Number one, I don't want to see anything with Capital One. Don't send me any pre-approval because I don't want it. I
Wow.
want to be disciplined with my finances. I'm
Yes.
building generational wealth and I don't want to see this. And the most insulting thing was the interest rate was 30, is it 29
Oh,
points? Yeah.
APR.
I
That's
was like,
high.
that's what they do. Meanwhile, it's like even 10%, I rejected it. And
Yeah.
then I said, please wipe everything off your computer. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. That credit card, that interest rate is an insult to me and my family. And I gave him, I said this, I said that, I said this. He said, you are the wisest person. Yeah, I actually thought he was going to be upset. He said, you are the wisest person I've ever met. So they
Wow.
know. They know, but their duty is to send it to you. And
Yeah.
because you want money, you think it's free money. It's not free money. It will come back to bite you. They will take
Hi.
the money back and they will take it in double.
It's true.
Yeah.
Capital One, they keep sending letters to me. Now I know exactly what to do.
Yes.
'Cause I
Said
just
not
carry
to
and
me,
put in the bin, but it keeps coming.
not to my home,
Okay.
not to my family. Don't ever do this to me. Okay? Don't ever do this to me.
I'm giving Capital One a call tomorrow morning. Hey,
That's
sending me
right.
letters, man.
Yeah, they
Okay,
take
I'll
it
do
serious.
that. I'll do that. I'll
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Because
So Nana.
because if,
Mhm.
if they pre-approve a loan or credit card for you, okay, and it gets into the wrong hand, that person
Yeah.
can sign, return it,
True.
do something, the money comes. You may never know. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that. Now, Nana Raba said, saving dear is good. The Susu piggy bank helps offset some petty needs and wants. My 6-year-old pension baby has one. She says she will buy us data in December. Oh, bless her.
Wow.
Okay. Sister Patience said, sure, I will, Pa. Okay. She says, speak up. Definitely. If you are in debt, you definitely have to speak up. That's one of the things that people think, oh, when I don't even want to see this letter.
Mm,
You keep ignoring it, but it's building up and building up. Like Sister Patience says, speak up,
mm,
call a financial coach if you need to, go to your bank if you need to, because the help is out there. But if you don't reach out, then
yeah.
nobody will help you, and you
Mm,
only get yourself deeper and deeper. Mama Mavis said, very educative. God bless you, but God bless you too. Nanaraba said, financial doctor, diagnose me. Nah, I am critical. I am critical. Sister, I
Oh,
am
no,
critical.
no.
After, I'll let you give your information, so people can contact you, those who need, because I would, myself and my family would definitely need your services. Okay, so Sister Mavis is laughing, and then Sister Patient said, invite friends. Definitely. I know people would have to come back and listen to the show again because lots of people were not on. Nana Yao said, savings is a good practice. We should teach our children, the teens. It's true. I've got 2 teens, so yeah, we really need to teach them to save before
Not
they get
just
older.
savings. One second. Not just savings, but investments. Okay,
Investment.
investment.
Mm.
Investing takes advantage of compound interest. So the money gets added on, it compounds, and then added on, and it compounds. So it grows into the future. Savings, tell me the savings interest rate now. Okay, the interest rate is nothing to talk about,
Next
but you save the
investment. Yep.
money and then you invest it. Save it from your income and then invest it.
Okay. You know the
Yes.
way investments are. I know we're done, and I'll let you. She said, Mama Marilyn said, saving and investing are good skills. That's definitely true, Mama Marilyn. You know the way investments are. Oh, now the question I've even gone out of my head. The way, okay, investments are. Is it that you have one big bulk of money and you go invest, or every month you put something, you add something more to it?
Oh, no. You can do it monthly, or like if you are blessed and you get, as and when big money
Mm-hmm.
you can
Mm-hmm.
use it, and investing in all kinds of stuff, real
What are some
estate.
of the best things to invest in right
Oh,
now after this?
real estate, ETFs, like exchange traded funds, index funds, all kinds. But we discuss it more, like I said, we discuss more when I do the one-to-one coaching. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you so
I know there's so many more questions. That people would have like investments equals compound interest. That's true. There's another comment from Nana Arabajechi. Investments, please
much.
invest. Keep the bills, so any small you have, go to your bank and ask them what
Yeah.
your options are. Start investing for your children. Some of us, if our parents knew this, we wouldn't have to struggle too much in life. It's true, Mama Mary. If they knew it, some of us, we don't have to struggle too much. And so
Yeah.
while you've gained the wisdom today, save that chibom that you go and buy. That cost another way which people, Charlie, they siphon your money off of you in the morning. You feel like, oh, it's either the norm or, you see everybody doing it. So you also walk into Pret shop, or I'm not trying to break any, let me not mention no names, coffee
Yeah.
shops every morning. Before you come out of there, you've spent about £11 buying just sandwich and coffee. Whereas you could have gone into your office, prepare yourself a cup of tea, and it will cost you nothing because your company is buying the tea, buying the milk, buying you the sugar. So these small money at the end of the month, that money that you are investing in all this coffee, and that would even sometimes cry a boy, save it and invest in your children.
Right.
At about 5-10 years from now, you'll be smiling. Your children will be smiling to the back. You tell them, I've seen something small for you. My son, my daughter, take it and use it to start something. This 9-to-5 job is no way to live.
No.
That was another thing that some of us, our parents, didn't know. So they didn't tell us that, my son, you won't just go to university and go and work for someone 9-to-5 all your life. Start thinking, start telling them. Let them have that mindset that it's not just 9-to-5. Like Lady Mary was saying, you have a little side business going for yourself. Let them know from a young age. Put it in their head. 9-to-5 is not the way to live. You need to have a little something else on the side, else it will be hand to mouth type of life, and you don't want your children to be like that. So thank you so much. I believe there's much more, and if you don't mind it, someday, very soon, you're going to come back and bless us more with more wisdom. But I've learned something today that I'm going to put my kids, I'm going to start building their credit, and they don't need to get no credit card like you are being told all the time. They don't need it. Treasury bills are risky investments. Thank you, Nana Araba. Thank you. Do you work in the bank as well, Nana Araba? It looks like you've got lots of your details, please. Definitely. So I give you 5 minutes. I'm so sorry I've taken 10 more minutes of your time, but Lady Mary, please go ahead and tell us about your books and give us your information, how we can reach you, and come for the coaching that we need. God knows we need it.
Yes. So when it comes to reaching out to me, I'm on Facebook with my name. So I'm on
Mm.
Facebook, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
And with the books, you can buy the books directly from Amazon,
Okay.
or come on my website. I have a website, maryiec.com. Mary,
Let me type that. Okay. So
Mary,
it's
yes,
Mary. Is it
IEC,
I see no full stops or anything in the middle?
no, no,
Okay,
Mary,
Mary I see.
IEC.com, where
Okay.
you will find all my books. Okay, I have 4 books, but only 3 of them are here. And this is the financial book, From Debt to Wealth.
Okay.
Everything, if you have debt and you want to repay it, this book
Mm-hmm.
will be your guide. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it speaks to you as if even a coach is speaking to you. One of the
Oh,
best books. And I always say that it's a book that you buy, and then even in 20 years' time, you come back to it and it's like so much alive as if it was written today.
oh
And
wow.
if you buy a paperback, at least your children and your children, your children and your children's children, if you can survive that long, they can
Mm-hmm.
come back to read it. Okay.
Definitely.
And if you don't like it, I offer 100% back money guarantee. You
Oh
buy it
wow.
from Amazon, but I will pay you because I know how good this book is.
Good. Oh
And
wow.
I know
I
it
need to
will
get one.
bless you and bless your children. And
Amen.
this was my 3rd book, Be Positive, Be Great. This one
Okay.
is like everything that we go through in life.
Mm-hmm.
This book is like it will just speak to you as if a mentor is speaking to you directly. And that
Mm-hmm.
is how I write my books. If I don't hear from God, I don't write.
I
So
like
my
that.
book
Mm.
comes out, so thank God, so perfectly. And
Wow.
when I'm doing coaching, this is a business book. This was my first book,
Mm-hmm.
The Student Entrepreneur. It's business if you want to start a business.
Mm-hmm.
When I was doing my last week and 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
2 of my clients, one of them needed motivation. His spirit was just down there.
Wow.
So this book came in handy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he needed business ideas as well. And then thank God I had this. This one came
Mm-hmm.
in handy as well. And I said to him that he should also do his own business plan. And
Yeah.
within this book has all the business, there's step by step. So instead of
Mm-hmm.
paying someone to make you a business plan, you can do it
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh wow.
This is the financial book that I want people to get. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you can't afford coaching now, get a book and read it beginning to the end, cover to cover, and it will
Wow.
bless you.
And that
Yeah.
one is ready. It's already out in the market.
This one is, yeah, it's been on the market for about 2 years now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
it's been on the market long time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I've put them up there. You can get them on Amazon. Thank you so much, Lady Mary. I really appreciate. I know you're a very busy woman,
Yes.
and if I had to come to you, we would have had to pay for this hour. So thank you so much. And I know you don't charge, an arm and a leg. It's just,
Yeah.
a change. And so I will definitely encourage someone to reach out.
Yeah.
Oh, and okay. So you've already. Is there a phone number that we can reach you on as well?
Right. Okay. It's 079
One 079. Yeah.
04
Double
1
zero four. Okay.
07904 127
127.
677. Yes, 677.
All right. Let me start again. So 079 0041 26677. Is that
I
correct? I
let
think I
me
got it
just
wrong.
let me. You know what? When people can contact you, and then you give it to them.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd
Excellent.
be
Because
okay.
I have it. So okay.
That's
All
right.
right.
Yeah.
I got it here. All right. So I know we've got 10 minutes. Ooh, 11 minutes over the time. So sorry for taking your time, but thank you so much for sticking with us. First of all, I want to thank the Holy Spirit. Without him, I don't know what we would do. And I want to thank my guest for today, Lady Mary Aisi. God bless you so much. And thank you for all the wisdom you've downloaded onto us. You've been a blessing. You're doing what God have asked you to do.
Thank you
We're
so
waiting
much
for the
for having
manifestation.
me. Thank
So
you.
much. It was a joy to have you. Mama Adwa said, thank you, Sister Mary, for your advice. All right, and
Oh,
thank you so much. Okay. I want to
thank
thank Lady Reverend Dr. Doreen Carter, the CEO of Global Word Network, everyone that tuned in via the radio, YouTube, Twitter, those here on Facebook as well. Thank you so much for keeping me company. Without you, I don't know, there will be no show. So God willing, next week, I told you, please come on, and I've got some tips for parents when it comes to, the same money issue. We'll still dwell on the money issue for next week before we move on. Sister Patience said, after the program, definitely, please share. So enjoy the rest of your evening, enjoy the rest of your week, and God willing, next week, Wednesday, we'll be back again.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye.
When I think upon your goodness and your faithfulness each day, I'm convinced it's not because I am worthy to receive the kind of love that you give, but I'm grateful for your mercy, and I'm grateful for your grace. And because of how you poured out yourself, I have come to sing this song out in praise. Imela, oh, Imela, oh, kaka, oh, Yekerua, Imela, hey,
Who am I, Lord?
who am I to sing your praises?
Who am I to worship you, Lord?